Now that McGregor has that license, what's the chance that we do see a fight between him and Floyd Mayweather?
Well, as I have been saying for a long time, ever since this fight first was even in the sort of thought of anybody, and by the way, in agreement with my colleague Brett Okamoto, who covers mixed martial arts for us, no chance. The fight's not happening. I mean, it's I guess fun to talk about. I guess I'm in here because I've been writing about this, and they keep asking me. When I came to Bristol yesterday, nobody asked me about boxing matches or specific MMA matches. They said, is McGregor and Floyd ever going to get into the ring together? So you have to address what the people are interested in. But my answer, and has been steadfastly all along, they're not going to fight. It's great for publicity, I guess, for both guys, and it brings their name into the mainstream, well, even more than they already are. But the reality is it's almost not possible for this fight to happen for a million different reasons.
And they are obviously having a lot of fun with this. McGregor has expressed interest, even demanded $100 million for it. But then, what are Mayweather's people saying about that potential fight?
Well, look, when this came up yesterday, because McGregor had gotten the boxing license in California, we were trying to think about get some reaction from the boxing side of things. So my thought was, let's talk to the Mayweather camp. So Leonard Ellerbe, who is the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, which is Floyd's promotion company, the closest, or one of the couple of closest business advisors to Mayweather, who's been part of Mayweather's team for 20 plus years, Leonard Ellerbe, and we spoke last night. And Leonard, who has sort of not been the most talkative guy, he doesn't say a lot of stuff as far as to rile people up. He's pretty by the book. He came out and he basically slammed this and said, look, Conor is just using Mayweather's name to get attention. He's really good at it and all that, so God bless him. And so he got a boxing license.
I'm not as familiar with the American sports, but of course I'm familiar with Michael Jordan. He was a legend of the game. His talk on the court, not so much why did he taunt his opponent, or
he did a lot.
Yeah, again, this is all just confidence. When you were, it's hard to be humble when you are the best. It is simple as that. If you have supreme confidence in your ability, if you are outworking, if you are surrounded by your competition and you are looking around and you are better than these people, and you are outworking these people, and you are outmoving these people, it's hard not to let your confidence take over. It just builds and builds and builds, and I'm sure that was the same with Michael Jordan. And any top level athlete, there's always the same. There's always that hint of arrogance there, that hint of cockiness. You must be insane to your game, and I'm sure that is what he was, and that is what I am as well. I don't know about nothing else. I don't know about other sports. I simply know about fighting. I have tunnel vision to this game. I know about movement, so I definitely have watched some basketball and admire their movement and their explosiveness. Of course I am familiar with Muhammad Ali. You don't just have him here. He is global. He is the man. Muhammad Ali was a guy that done what had not been done before. Changed the face, not only the face of his game, but the face of the world. He was outspoken. He fought for what he believed in, and that he was charismatic. He was a legend, a hero, and I looked up to him. One of my first heroes was Muhammad Ali. When I was 11 years old, there was a group of people and they tried to attack me, and a fight broke out, and it was just me and one guy before everyone else jumped in on me. But we were fighting each other, and I slipped a punch, and I shuffled my shoulders and said, Muhammad Ali, and threw a shot, and he rolled under the shot but fell into a knee, and I ended up on top of him. So I'm at the calling myself Muhammad Ali, and I'm punching him in the head, and then somebody came in and tried to kick me, and then a whole group of them came in, and it was just a big fight, but it was me against 6 of them, and I ended up getting my ass whooped. But
for that first guy, you whipped him out and you said Muhammad Ali.
I done the Ali shuffle. I'm only 11 years old. I done the Ali shuffle, threw a left hook. He rolled under the left hook, which it was good of him to roll. He saw it coming and rolled under it, but he rolled right into a knee. Yeah, I was prepared. I was studying tape. So no, so definitely Muhammad Ali was a hero of mine, the way he carried himself, and some people have come. I know what I am capable of. There's been a lot of talk, a lot of hate. Is the word? Is the term that's I've heard a lot, but I don't really care. The whole division can hate me. The whole roster can hate me. The whole of America can hate me. I only need one American to love me, and that's Mr. Benjamin Franklin. As long as he loves me, I am good. I like the way ink feels on my body. This tiger doesn't mean nothing. This gorilla with the crown. Maybe they do subconsciously, I don't know, but I seem to get them at the same time. After the fight, or just maybe before the next fight. But there's something therapeutic for me just going in. I don't spend months picking it. I just see it, get it, and just enjoy the experience of being inked on my body for the rest of my life. I don't know what it is. But it doesn't mean nothing. I just like the way it feels, and I like the way it looks. Balance is everything. Life as a whole is about balance. So nothing else. If you think about it, when you're born, what's the first thing you learn? You learn how to control your head. You learn how to balance your neck muscles. Then you learn how to balance on the feet. Somewhere along the way, you forget balance. So I like to always keep my balance sharp. I feel when I'm balanced and controlled in my frame, and I have confidence in my frame, I can throw any shot or I can move in any sequence. Before me, nobody knew nothing about this sport. Nobody gave a shit about this sport. We were looked down upon. It wasn't true. We weren't even considered. Not only in like mainstream or whatever you want to call that, but even in fight circles, in real fight circles. We had a reputation, but in pure fighting, we had no reputation whatsoever. So I'm proud to be putting my nation at the forefront of the fight game where we belong.
We're less than 2 weeks away from UFC 189. Jose Aldo is your opponent for that. And I was fascinated by your move in the news conference. I know you guys are always trying to get into the head of your opponent. Back in March, for the news conference to promote the fight, you actually snatched his belt. You hope to do that on July 11th, but you took
Well, I
his belt.
snatched my belt.
Well,
it was simply taking what was mine. He was on my home turf, and he tried to lay claim that he was the king of my city, but you do not lay claim to being the king of my city while the king of the city is around. So the king of the city rose up and snatched what was his, which was the gold belt, and raised it before my crowd, my passionate crowd. It was.
You took it back.
Exactly, I took it back and raised it for my people. It was a beautiful moment. In that it was a teaser almost for what July 11 will be, where I raise it for real in beautiful Las Vegas City in front of my home crowd.
Why are you so confident that you will do that?
I don't know. I'm in a business where you must be confident. If you have any doubts, they will come back and play against you. So I am supremely confident, and as well I feel I'm confident in my work ethic, my approach to the game, my non-stop effort to get better as a martial artist. I don't feel that nobody else in the game is doing what I'm doing or is moving the way I am moving.
Where's that come from, Conor?
It just comes from years and years of practice on the mat, you know. I have had many fights inside the octagon, outside the octagon, in rings, on mats. I am an experienced veteran in the fight game, and through that and through a belief in my team and my ability, I have just gained a bulletproof confidence that cannot be stopped.
Are you big on predictions? Do you usually make predictions before fights? And if so, how will it end on the 11th?
I always make accurate predictions. I've predicted many contests. I've predicted my entire career. And, you know, I predict the future. So for me, I have already predicted this contest. I predict 4 minutes of the first round he will be KO'd.
First round? Wow.
Yes, I feel that the power matched with the precision, he will not be able to take it. So 4 minutes next time.
If you hit a 155-pounder like a Dos Anjos or a 145-pounder like Edgar with those shots, are they done?
I think they fold 100%. I mean, Nate is a completely different stylistic opponent than Dos Anjos. He has the range, the height. I think if it had been a scheduled fight with what it was supposed to be, I would have came out victorious, but it is what it is.
Considering how vocal you are, obviously there's some brushback you heard on Twitter, what Jose Aldo had said. What's your response to those who feel this is sort of some comeuppance for you?
You know, there's always critics. There's always people that will celebrate a man's fall. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll take it on the chin. This is the fight business. Many wins, many losses. I've lost many times before in all different forms of fighting. So, well, I'll face it head on and come back like a champion that I am.
And this may seem like an awkward question, but you've been on top for so long. How does it feel to lose? You've only been known winning lately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it stings, but this is life. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. It's how you handle it that makes you who you are. So I will handle it well.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you. They can relax. They are in a new place, so it's good. That's something I always dreamed of. I always visualize what given would feel like, given to people who have given to me, what that would feel like. I always dreamed of just showing up one day and be like, here. And that would always give me like good feelings.
When people ask you about pressure and pressure you face in your life, in your career, you always say that you enjoy that pressure. What pressure? There was a lot of pressure on you, whatever you say, whether you don't feel it. You delivered because you delivered on a promise. You delivered against a secondary opponent.
Was the bookie's favourite?
Who was the bookie's favourite?
I was the favourite against Jose, but when Chad got replaced, he was the favourite. The whole industry thought this was the one. He's not going to overcome this. I smiled at myself and I went in there and KO'd Chad inside 2 rounds. Maybe previous, when all the stuff is going on, all the obligations, the injuries, the hours that you're away from your comfort. But when you're in it and you're there, when you've made it to the octagon, I feel free. That's why I'm saying I don't feel pressure on fight night. I don't feel pressure when I make that walk. Someone asked me what it's like when I make that walk, what it's like when you walk out into that arena, and I swear on my life, when I walk out to that arena, I honestly feel like I'm unshackling chains off of me. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm chained and I'm carrying a cross or something. And then when I get to that octagon, I'm peeling it all off. And when I finally step foot in that octagon and place my bare feet on that special UFC canvas, I feel free.